and the game plan here as we go deeper into the draft. SKT.
Do they want Sejuani is kind of my question. I've seen Blank look really good on Kindred and solo queue, but it goes against his farm to level 6 playstyle so far. And the LCK, the Galio is open, or we first picked with no information about what Hanwha Life is doing.
Anticipating it to be in the mid lane, I suppose, but they do lock this in. Do they go for the Camille in the jungle for Blank?
To me, this is a reach because the enemy team has already picked something that says, sure, fight on top of me. I'm Swain, I'm not going to die. And I do like that they're going to give up the Camille for just now. Wonder if it's a mind game or something they want, but Galio Camille, a duo has been around for a long time. Taking away the Shens, taking away a playmaker, and I guess SKT want to return to their everyone is everywhere playstyle. They've played a lot recently.
Seems to be the plan so far. Jungle's still going to be up for grabs. We see the Sejuani from one side. It's very likely going to be the Trundle from the other, as neither are banned away.
Songwon showed a great priority on Kindred in his series against KT. Blind picking it and taking it very early in the draft. Blank is usually on the Sejuani side of any matchup. We'll zoom in here. Mundo taken very early. Mundo priority today. First round.
Yeah, it's been through the roof. Genji especially a bit scared to unlock QV and put him on those carries so far, it would seem, but maybe just going to be the Sejuani.
Daring.
So a lot of tankiness here for Hanwha.
They're daring the Darius first round pick. Tal was on Dyrus duty back at Rift Rivals.
Yeah.
Getting ganked to plenty, but he's going to return to it anyway. Currently 1-7 on the Darius, so probably wants a bit of Shen and Galio ultimates to help him out.
That would certainly do the trick. Stand United assist in those dive moments. But likely just to see the Trundle banned away now from Hanwha Life, since it was not taken by SKT, which means Blank might just have to go over to something else. We already saw the Zac today. Very big pick for Blank historically. He's got a world skin. Maybe we just see the Zac come through as we go deeper into this.
I think if you're going to go Zac, you might as well go Camille. And while those champions are very different, the Zac is still conditional engage with the Hero's Ultimate, and the Camille Ultimate's guaranteed. So regardless, Camille will be banned anyway. Not going to want Blank to just be a facilitator. His Camille play hasn't super impressed me, but his team has been able to bail him out, and they've been able to be aggressive, and that's all that Blank really needs to do, is level up his aggression. I think most fans will be happy with the return. Skarner is open. That's another champion he likes to go to, so Skarner, Sejuani taken away. Could just be the Zac, like you mentioned, Achilleo, so return to it.
We'll see. I mean, if Trundle makes it through the draft, maybe he just locks that in.
Doesn't really work with the Galios so well, but yes, could be considered.
And there we go. Will be banned away. So, not too surprising here, the draft from Hanwha Life with those final bans.
SKT got in a few hours ago, so they were watching the first series interestedly from the back. They would have seen plenty of the Zac, but this could actually be the Kindred he's been playing in solo queue. We finally see it locked in, so I'm running around in Faker's solo queue doing well, and SKT fans probably don't know how to feel. The Kindred can be very powerful, can be on hunting duty, getting some of that boar hide, but also can fall behind and be very, very susceptible. I'm a fan of the Galio and Kindred as a duo. Does help him invade because he has the Galio to help him out.
I do have to agree with you. I don't think that SKT fans do know how to feel. I think they've been numb for too long now.
Probably going to do more than 612 damage this game.
Maybe this will get the blood flowing, wake the limbs back up.
Oh, it's going to be a last pick Karthus.
Oh.
It's going to be a last pick Karthus.
You think?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes.
How much money?
A lot of money.
All right. A lot of money. We're putting a lot of money on
We don't bet money here. We bet wings, as you know. But no wing bet tonight. It's expensive wings tonight. I can't afford that, Achilleos.
They're not on sale. That was last night.
This is going to be a Zyrakan duo lane, ostensibly, from the side of Hanwha. And then Bang's going to play Smite Karthus.
Okay. So Swain in the mid lane. More than likely. Could see the Zy of it. You know, is a possibility, but... ooh, okay. He's showing us a couple different things.
What are we doing here, SKT?
Will we land on a Karthus? It starts with a K, but it's looking like a Cockmo. Maybe. No, there's a Karthus that you're talking about.
He's going to play Karthus.
Is the prophecy real? Yes, it is. Okay, Papa Smithy. Always on top. Knows what's going on. Glad we didn't make the bet, or else I'd be out some very expensive wings here tonight. So Karthus, Shen in that bot lane.
Played 4 games of it in solo queue. He saw it with Rivals, and we're stealing all the Rogue Warriors tech we can get. We've had a Kled. Now we got a Karthus. Karthus with Smite. It's not going to be about the funnel. It's going to be all about him pushing the wave against Xayah and Rakan. They've already got the globals. How about a Karthus Defile on top of everything else?
All right. Well, SKT Bringing this one out in the bottom lane. The smite going to be there for Bang. Protection offered up from Effort and from Faker with the hero's entrance. And they have that nice Kindred ultimate. Just try to keep everybody alive in the team fights. But
think
a
of
lot of
how much
tankiness here on the side of Hanwha Life.
Think of how much tipping of the scales there can be on the side of SKT with Lamb's Respite, the ultimate from Karthus, the resets from the Darius, and Galio coming in. It's a very fearsome teamfight comp, but it kind of piles on or loses. You want to really separate these threats, try to take it to the side lanes wherever possible. See what Kindred can be utilized for, as Blank has been able to play this in solo queue, but moving it to the competitive arena has been touch and go for this player who's in better form. I think he finally has had a run of games where he has enough confidence to bring out a pick like the Kindred. Can he make it work against Hanwha Life, one of our better teams, and against Songwon, a very aggressive early game jungler?
Well, pressure's going to be on. Hanwha Life have been looking so very good. Taking down KT with a 2-0, certainly impressive from them. SK Telecom back from Revivals. First game on 8.13. Can they turn this ship around? Can they right it? Can they climb back up into the top 5? The road starts here. Let's see if they can do it. No surprise, the majority of the audience going to be here to cheer for SKT, but we got some nice fan art here. For the side of Hanwha Life.
You guys are wondering where the fandom is, as Songwon just walks up and really wants to get his passive applied to Blank.
Hey, how's it going?
Wants to take him out of the top side jungle and make the Kindred predictable. Wondering who the fan favorites are. It's very much Songyun and Lava right now for the Hanwha Life fans. Songyun, a really big streaming personality, kind of like Ian. He has a really big streaming following, and Lava's really picking up a lot of hype. Lava, former trainee of SK Telecom T1, was a bot laner with Aiming. Now they are, of course, separated on different organizations. Aiming over on
the Freaka Freaks.
Freaka Freaks, and
oh, baby.
Yeah. There's some win rates to talk about. The Karthus not working out. The Xayah, it's been popping off.
This is a little one-sided statistically, to say the least.
A lot of those Xayahs have been funneling, and also as an answer to Camille, who we won't see in this game. Hanwha Life re-invade their bot side jungle as 3. Seeing Bang, he's starting a camp. He's got Talisman, so he's going to be able to power through the jungle pretty damn fast. It's not going to be a jungle follow or anything like that. The smite allows level 2 to be pinged on the Karthus very, very early. But the big benefit is, in lane, you can push really hard with the Karthus.
Yeah. But
you can't kill big camps. You can't kill specifically the cannon minion. So you use the smite to push the cannon minion, and then the Skittles will do the best. This is a lot of jungle taken at level 1.
Yeah, Blank just going to be pushing in, looking for the Raptors here. On Hanwha Life's side, we'll be able to take those unthreatened.
On the way to level 3, by the way.
Yep. Nearly there. Effort just gets 2. And the pushing begins.
Well, we see the 2-level lead in the bot lane. Very rarely seen. There it is.
Oh, baby.
Level 3 Karthus.
I'm going back.
I'm
I'm out of here.
See you, nerds.
I need to go get some mana sustain.
Got a Doran's Ring now, does Karthus. Gonna be a Runic Echo. One of the other reasons why Smite Karthus right now feels way better than before is that Runic Echo has been chain buffed so many times. It's the first time ever it's had more gold and AP loaded onto it than before. And yes, was spotted there. Was the Shen. For the longest time, Warrior Enchant just gave you so much AD that it was insanely gold efficient, but Runic Echo is now more gold efficient than a Warrior Enchant in terms of AP and the stats it brings. So you feel really good about finishing it, and it makes you even faster at just laughing at the enemy jump.
Well, the pushing going to continue. Songyun still trying to catch up here to the level 3 Karthus. Just going to be spamming away, dropping some Skittles.
Very, very difficult for Linderock to get tanky enough to respect late game Karthus and Darius Kindred. Karthus alone is a hyper-scaling champion who does consistent damage from the bot lane role. And yeah, there's a lot of AD coming through from Blank and Tal, so very, very tricky. Imagine we're going to see them one of the more susceptible Mundos that we've seen in recent memory. Just watching the bot lane. Bang's just going to push and back away.
Yep.
doesn't have a lot of coverage, only the Rift Scuttle so far.
Blank up top.
Ducking his way in. Pretty hard to see a kill this early, but...
He does stop the recall. Waiting.
Wave in a pretty awkward spot for him to make something happen.
Yeah, let's not dive a Mundo at level 3 and 4.
I mean, it's better than diving him at level 11, but I take your point.
Either way, would not be wise unless somehow blanket level 6 before Linderong could, and the Lamb's respite to stay alive.
Really big fan of the draft from SKT. It does a lot of interesting things early, especially. I'm not sure what Effort was doing there.
Soaking some damage. Go down the wall, try to get a couple shots in.
But they have so much scaling damage of 2 different types that it's very difficult for Galio. Sorry, not Galio, for the enemy side to itemize. Sejuani, Mundo, even the Swain going to be pretty susceptible. They have the ability to respond to the invades from the Kindred with the fast rotation of the Galio as well, so they get a lot of places first, and they have a huge winning lane in the Darius versus Mundo. So putting that all together, it's a draft to appreciate from the side of SKT, taking inspiration from Rogue Warriors, and now everyone's jungling as well.
He's picking up that romp. Move over, assist with the tank here on the Cloud Drake, picking the Scuttle on the back end. Bang. He's getting accelerated here towards level 6 as quickly as possible. Tank up to the top side though, Tall. That S8 flashes away. Songwon tries to chase in with his own flash. Get the passive proc, still will be able to do so. Tall gonna be locked down. Gets the heal, but not gonna be enough. One final infected cleaver to take him out. Linderong finds first blood.
And this is of course a feeling that Tall has felt many times on the Darius. Didn't have any control. Top side, they bounced over a ward and still got the kill. And now Tall's flash is down. Remember, the death time is shorter on 813, so he's not gonna miss any of the minions. They do get the push off before a freeze can be enacted by Tall.
Yeah. Well, very fast first blood going through. Just couldn't get himself out of there. Now he's going to be that much more susceptible to ganks as Songwon approaches level 6. His own flash down, so it could harm him ganking other lanes, but knows that he's at least on a more even playing field in the top side.
It was bad to go boots 2 against Darius because of his true damage, but you want to outrange the apprehend wherever possible, so the movement speed to answer the rage passive on the Phage, and just working his way towards Sunfire Cape is the Mundo. Effort getting a sick loss hitting on. He missed that one. Whoops. 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
NA farming. It's an NA bot lane. He's got a Statue of Liberty skin.
Where's Uncle Rights when you need him?
That's true. We need that. But what? Why does one of the champions who builds a wall have a Statue of Liberty skin?
I don't have answers for you, Kilios.
Oh well.
Didn't see how many marks the Kindred is at. But so far, no champions, of course, being taken down. Let's check it out. I believe it's 1. It can be hard to tell on our small monitors. I don't think it's 4. That's the only other number that would be there.
Push forward, just checking the brush. Dropping some Skittles, clear out that control ward. Get one over the wall so they can go ahead and spot Songwon if he comes in towards the bottom side.
We saw Karthus bot lane. It was the Karthus Karma duo for hard pushing. The Shen doesn't provide the hard pushing, so I imagine the difference here will be when Effort roams, Karthus will just go try to take the bot side jungle. So I imagine Kindred is going to spend most of her time top side and also invading. And then Karthus, whenever we see the Shen roam, can just duck in and take the Gromp, take the walls, and then just return to lane, not being zoned away from too much experience.
Well, Ultimate going to be online here for Bang, but finding an opportunity to use it at the moment is it's going to be quite rare.
Probably top lane turret dives with the Darius as well.
Going to be one of the few moments that he can. Everywhere else, Songwon going to be tanky, lava, a lot of sustain here. Swain. Vision of Empire trying to get the hit, not going to be able to. Effort. Very long roam up. We'll just find a control ward for his troubles. Scuttle taken. Blank starting to push forward, sees that control ward, knows that that blue buff's getting taken down, but will not be able to safely advance, so just peels back.
Gets the second mark though, so at least was able to claim the Scuttle top side. Effort was close to level 6 and picks it up. But turret diving, the Karthus, going to be a tricky one for the side of Hanwha Life Esports to pull off. Stopwatch or no? No stopwatches. In fact, only Shen has a stopwatch on the side of SKT. And waiting for Blank to make the sort of aggressive plays we've come to know from Songwon and Score on the Kindred. Tal walks up. Remember Linderang's flashes down from the previous fight.
Tal's as well. Blank just waiting, but not seeing an avenue of approach. The river's going to be warded, and that Linderang can just go ahead and peel back. Pop the ult if necessary, just to go ahead and zip his way out of there.
Tal has lane control top, but it's more about the freeze, as you can see, than actually trying to push in the Mundo. That's a problem if Blank wants to get the mark that's just been put onto the Rift here, onto the Gromp on the enemy side. Tal happy enough with the freeze. They're spending a lot of time trying to set this up top side.
Yeah, here yet again, just hovering nearby, but
there's no incentive for Mundo to walk up, so unfortunately, not going to happen.
Bang an effort, back to base yet again. Runic Echoes completed.
Farm goes the early game between SKT and Hanwha Life. The Mundo ahead in gold compared to the Darius, or worse competitive, 10 CS down. For the lane being in that terrible a spot, it's actually gone better than expected for Linderang. Tal going to continue to play around the top side. Sejuani's already taken away the marked camp, and now Blank returns. No ward this time. But a Sejuani lying in wait.
Yep. Chilling out for the moment. Someone roaming over will spot this Rift Herald. Blank can just jump over the back of the wall.
As Galio is backing, it's actually a really bad time to start the Rift Herald. Seems like some communication issues there. He's going to keep it leashed. It's the last bit of patience for this camp.
Well, they obviously, there we go. The reset comes back in. They knew that it wasn't back into the pit. Control ward's there. We'll clear this one out now. Where this Scuttle Crab becomes available. Faker roaming his way over to TP back to lane, but seems like they're just going to say nah.
It's a lot of happy feeding, you'll notice. That's what I'm seeing from Blank this game. On the Kindred, we know all about her invade potential buffed again on 8-13 to be even stronger. If you're decisive with Kindred, kills happen thick and fast. But happy-footed around top, now happy-footing around the Gromp. A lot of people here on both sides, Achilles.
Yeah, just for the Scuttle Crab. Will be taken down, but that's going to be the engage coming through. Key jumps in, finds the pop-up, and Blank is just going to fall. The Requiem coming through. Tal also going low. Will get taken out. Linderang finding the kill. It's going to be a 2 for 0 so far. An effort likely to join them. Flashes away, but honestly, so ill-advised, was almost certainly dead, tries to get out, cannot do so. Now 3 for 0, plus the Rift Herald. Hanwha Life Esports accelerating the pace of this game.
Ladies and gentlemen, you saw decisive versus passive. You saw much ado about nothing around the Kindred, and then Hanwha Life grouping up, taking their spot, and decisively getting the kills, and also the Rift Herald. A lot to fix there. I'm sure Koma in the back was being very frustrated about that. Is in the mid lane.
Yeah, Stand United going to be coming through, finds the taunt. Team Peak coming in now from Tal. Gets the apprehend, and Lava will go down. So able to answer one kill back here is SK Telecom. Still find themselves in about 1,000 gold deficit. Blank roaming over. Will be taking this second Cloud Drake.
Double smite. They'll do this one very quickly.
Yeah. We'll be able to burn this one down. Double smite, as you say, makes very quick work of that, but giving them combat sets otherwise. Just going to have that move speed coming through.
Good to see them now, though, being decisive in a way they weren't earlier. So I think you need an extra play caller around Blank. They had no idea the enemy team was hugging that brush. Excellent CC laying. You'll watch. There is actually no moment to use the Lamb's Respite. He goes down, and even calling in the orbital strike of the Requiem, it's not going to be enough. Very easy teamfight win for Hanwha Life. What happens when you lie in wait and you make all the decisions? The enemy tries to react, but in that fraction of a second, there was no counterplay.
Yeah. So 4-1 at the end. SKT bring back the gold just a little bit now, down by 700. Still a ways left to go in this game, but Hanwha already setting the pace here to the best of their ability. SKT going to have to be more aware of their surroundings. Make sure to spot out those pesky brushes before they engage on something like a Rift Herald.
Just understand what they can do with the draft. We really like the draft here from SKT. They have some great tools, but tools are there to be managed, and so far the management has left a bit to be desired.
Well, an invade finally hitting that mark here with this Gromp as the Sejuani's down to the bottom side of the map, and even taking away the blue buff.
So what happens, I think to me, if the takeaway is the disconnect between Tal and Blank. On the top side, they waited for a gank that wasn't going to happen. Tal never pushed the lanes. They could take the last marked camp. They get it now because Tal had pushed the lane. Over the wall comes Linderang. Blank going down.
just go ahead and flash away. Tall now maybe in a bad spot. Lava pushing his way up. The flash not here for the Darius. Gets the apprehend. Blank waiting, throws in the lamps for spike, but he's just not gonna be on it. Tall just dies, and now Blank jumps off right as the Glacial Prison comes in. He drops the blue buff, the red buff, it's all gone. Lava has the double buffs. It's 6-1.
Yeah, I think I have identified the problem, Achilles, with Blank and Tal being on different wavelengths. This is gonna be a big punishment too. Here comes good old Geraldine coming to take down this mid lane turret.
Is this the new name that we have for the...
It's her full legal name. I saw her birth certificate. Don't ask her.
I remember when it was just Herald. Herald the Herald. Well, finishes off the turret here in the mid lane. Linderong in the meantime chipping away at the top side. Tall's gonna have to mosey his way on back, trying to build up that Trinity Force. Even went for the Boots of Swiftness.
That's the I want to kill Mundo a lot build, by the way, because you want to just disregard the slow from the Cleaver.
Well, Requiem gonna draw out the stopwatch.
I don't think he would have killed him.
I don't either, but Linderong, just, you know, he's making sure he's trying to be.
Well, you're winning, so why play with fire, right?
Yeah, he's trying to be as safe as humanly possible. Doesn't want to feed a kill over to the Karthus here, just in case.
I wonder if someone called out level 11, and that was enough to use it, because it was level 11 for Bang.
True.
When the threat goes up, the base damage very high on the Requiem.
He's 3-0-2. You know, he's trying to go through this game with a perfect KDA.
I think the VOD review is going to be pretty clear who the two members are going to be in the room. It's going to be Blank and Tal with a lot to explain.
Yeah.
Wasn't watching the minimaps, so I'm unsure why Faker didn't make an entrance there. Maybe we'll get a replay to understand it, or maybe OGN will spare them the replay.
I think that SKT would be very thankful for that at this point.
Turns. Seems like all of our Korean kindreds don't go the solo queue Blood Razor build and go for the Warrior enchant for a bit more fast burst damage, especially to champions. Even though Bang has been visiting jungle camps and Shen has been roaming, still not a lot of damage onto this outer turret just yet in the bot lane.
Well, so far the middle to bottom side of SK Telecom has been playing decently well.
Yeah,
Effort did lose his life. You know, the flash there on the last engage, probably not that great. Going to be flashing away this time from that Glacial Prison, keeps himself alive.
He's got a lot of farm, but all the action we saw on screen was in service of zoning away. Speaking of zoning away, trying to take this top lane turret, Tal and Blank.
Working on it. No Sheen here for the Darius, but still has a bit of damage to offer up onto this tower, and with the backup here from Blank, they will be able to take this down. You're looking at the total damage here, 15.5 minutes. That's going to be Linderong coming out on top.
See, the Sungyun hasn't had anyone in lane to hit.
Nope.
As a ranged champion versus Shen, you'd assume that the Xayah would have done 2,000 damage, but Shen has been hanging back. Bang has been going off to get jungle camps, so the number is amusingly low because literally nothing's happened bot side for the Xayah to be involved in outside of the one assist.
Yeah. He hasn't had to do anything, honestly. It's just been everybody else has been functioning quite well.
But if you ask me, non-interactive, let's pile on the farm. Do you prefer Xayah or Karthus? I'll take Karthus every day of the week. So Bang's ability to dodge lane like he's an Aurelian soul of the bot lane is working out pretty well.
Well, 6-1. SKT down by just over 3,000 gold here at the 17.5-minute mark. So certainly a bad look for him, but you know, they got those double Cloud Drakes pop. They're gonna zip around these fights, try to stay alive, and you know, maybe get an Elder Dragon if they can stretch it that far.
We just need to see them actually put everything together, Achilles. So far, it's been lots of different ideas, but no true commitment as a 5.
3-man push, now 4-man here into the lower half of the jungle. SKT, as they try to take away the blue buff, they will be able to do so.
Heading back to the Mountain Drake that spawned. One day Faker will ultimate. I'm excited for it, building up for it.
I think he used it at the first fight.
He did. He's used it once. Not quite the tempt shockwave on the minions as the Nexus exploded.
Yeah. Still not sure what happened in the last one up top. The world may never know.
No, we censored it. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Nothing doing there. Sungwon will get a free Drake. A sign of the times here for SKT. They should be able to win pretty much everything quite heartedly at this point in the game, but 6-1 down, map control, Blank jungling completely around top side, trying to dunk on the Mundo. Mundo's fed, but
yes,
can't stop the turret from going down. the reverse Tal effect this time, as we watch Tal at Rift Rivals be completely dunked in a similar scenario. Let's just mention that SKT have a really insanely fast Baron with double smite as well to secure it. They have both a fast Baron, a fast secure. Their turn is not fantastic, but it's okay. Hanwha Life Esports, only thing you need to be asked of now is to definitely control the Baron from 20 minutes onwards, because otherwise SKT will happily lap it up.
Maybe this is just the plan. Try to get the tall blank push going through, just knock down all the Nexus towers to win that way. Something tells me they won't get away with it.
And Hanwha Life are playing top side so that they at least have vision to make SKT predictable.
Faker TPing in up top now. Red buff getting jumped on. Taunt comes over the wall there onto Sungwon as Effort tries to play up into the front. Faker going in. Hero's entrance comes through. Not going to find a pop up, and Effort has to go gold. And now Faker getting locked down. Just as punch forward gets the knock up in onto Linderong. The members are going low. SKT trying to turn things around. Memphis Spite comes down. It's going to be a triple kill. Going over to the Darius. Can he get more?
Think of the timing though, Achilles. 20 as well.
Blank pushing forward, should be able to finish off the Sejuani with the help of the tower. And now SKT can turn straight in onto the Baron, as you say. Things were looking good for Hanwha Life, but SK Telecom turned it all on its head.
Perfect team fight. They had a huge health lead in Hanwha, but the Lambs were spite in the perfect spot. They clean up the kills, they turn onto the Baron. It's exactly what SKT were looking for.
The massive sandbag. They started off this game so poorly. On purpose, just trying to wait for the perfect moment to bait Hanwha Life Esports in.
Insane
and they
turnaround.
find it.
Let's watch it and consider what happens here. Everyone has to disengage from the hero's entrance, but there's no threat onto Bang and Blank. The front line gets low, but they're never going to die if the Lambs Respite is perfect, and it is. They flash in, and look at the difference between the Lambs Respite and the members just outside for Hanwha Life. We saw Blank be just off on his ult in top lane. That one's perfect. They kill down Songwon last. That means the smite's not going to be there for ages. The Baron, trivial for SKT. And out of nowhere, they got a gold lead.
Yep, swing it right back here into their favor for the first time in this game. Still down in kills, but up in gold, even on turrets. We'll see how much they can get done here. There's the wave clear from Hanwha. With this Xayah, still going to be quite all right. Faker right now just bringing up the wave into the bot side, looking to knock down another turret, gain a further lead from this.
The reason why we were a fan of this comp from SKT is we finally saw on the second or third execution, it's pretty easy to pull off. It's not quite Camille Galio, but it's reliable. They create a huge zone with first the Galio ultimate and then the 4-man taunt coming through from Faker. And then the backline damage, they didn't even have to use the Requiem to make the play happen.
Yep.
Very, very clean. Like the draft from Coma. It looked like maybe Blank and Tal would, just around the top side, allow Hanwha Life too big of a lead for the comp to matter. But the execution that time, around 20 minutes, around Baron o'clock. Perfect by SKT.
Evening things out here. SKT, see how they continue to progress with this Baron buff. 1:45 left on it. Mid lane tower, it's a little bit of damage. Just about around half HP. Bring the waves up though. Still very far away. You can see that Songyun and Ki are both parked here to further defend this turret.
Interesting build here from Songyun. Has gone Blade the Ruin King into the Hurricane. Went Blade because he needed lifesteal against the Karthus. That's what you need to pick up there. Very different look from the Xayah, no Stormrazor. SKT could always consider a die. They didn't even have to use Flash from Faker last time.
Trying to drag attention away here onto the side, so he'll get locked down by the passive. But Baron cannon minion here, helping to chunk down the tower. One final hit from Tal will take it out. Faker, getting a lot of damage in onto this bot tier 2.
The easiest team to siege with. The Karthus doesn't provide much there. The Kindred isn't going to be massive range just yet. They were able to pull the Swain to bot lane and thus weren't worried about being collapsed upon. Tal returns to lane. A lot of his laning woes spared by the kills in the previous fight. Much more relevant now.
Grabbing the triple.
Linderong had already started building for team fights because the Darius was so far behind. Now might find himself with a lot more to consider when we see the Darius and Mundo 1v1. Just inevitable with how TP works in the game.
Effort poking forward, looking to clear out some vision and lay down his own here in the jungle as Blank takes the Krugs. It's not Bang to back him up. There's up this control ward. Faker cheating forward. Has the taunt ready to go. Flashes in. SKT. They're going to hit the go button. They jump in onto Songwon. Take him down to about half HP. Key going to be missing the knock-up. Everybody getting slowed up by the wall. Now Lava goes golden right in the middle of the fight. Oh, looking for an apprehend. Hasn't been able to find it yet. Effort goes low. Tries to make his way back out. Seems like he'll be able to do so. SKT, they press the go button. They don't find any kills yet, but the Requiem is coming down.
Oh!
It just misses. Key, it's not enough.
22 health doesn't go down. SK Telecom, they're so hard to puncture through for someone like Songyun, who gets autos off but can't kill anyone, because everyone is already so tanky. They back away. The mountain is spawning, so the use of the ultimate there is still very valuable for Bang.
1,500.
Not a massive Baron buff power play, but given how far behind they were, a huge turn in the game cannot be denied. First Mountain Drake of the game for SKT. 3-1, and we're going to have a lot of Drake spawns in this game.
Got 3 dragons up. Seems like another, I was going to say another mountain, but Infernal will be on the way here. Charging forward, Songwon looking for effort, but will be able to Shadow Dash his way out of there. Doesn't have to use the Blast Cone. Can just leave that one sit as Lava tries to pick up the blue buff. SKT open up that bottom side of the map. You can see they've lit it up with their wards. And now it's going to be a play in onto Linderong. He's going to get slowed up. The apprehend comes through as Effort arrives off the backside of the stand. United gets the taunt. And there's no ultimate available for this Mundo, and he is just going to get dunked.
Too far up. Look at the mini-map. Kilios says control wards. There's a triangle of SKT vision. Linderong tried to be tone deaf and walk down there and farm. Nope, not to be this time. Play from Effort. Trying to combine with his top laner. Early game feels like a long time ago for Tal. Feels like this could actually be a second Darius victory as Mr. Mundaverse is still in the grave. Tal pushes up. Team of Hanwha Life played so well in the early game, but it was just such a turn from the strong teamfight comp that SKT had drafted. Bang close to level 16, that 3rd point in the Requiem. Now Hanwha Life, they just desperately want to find a way to once again pull this game apart. We mentioned in Champ Select, they would love to play in 3 different lanes. Seems pretty impossible for now, as SKT finding advantageous fights wherever they go.
Even up the kill count. Gold lead still in their favor, and Baron going to be respawning in a minute. SK Telecom now pushing up into the top side of the jungle. On Hanwha Life side of the map, trying to get some vision down. Get ready for that next global objective.
Infinity Edge would be a big pickup for Songyun, but it's a long way away from just the BF sword he has in the inventory.
Doesn't even have boots 2 yet either.
And it's very tricky for Hanwha Life to actually contest a Baron. They have a good ability to range check it. The Vision of Empires from the Swain and also the blue trinket available on the Xayah. And spawns in 25.
Looking for the River Bait, but maybe just another punish here onto Linderong, but he does have a ward in that brush, so we'll be okay. Blake didn't step close enough to spot it, so a potential TP ward if Hanwha had to use it.
Placing a ward is something that Hanwha Life would love to do, but don't have the luxury right now in the Baron pit. Tal walking up on Lava.
Yeah, coming around the back, he's feeling a bit feisty here. He's got the 5 kills. Apprehend coming down. He tries to chunk out this Swain. Her move not going to connect. Lava goes golden, but oh boy, is this going to be enough to save his life? No, it's not. The Decimate will take him down. State United now coming through.
Oh!
And he just annihilates Songyun. Goodbye. He's on fire. Tal comes up with another triple kill, and the rest of SKT is over onto the Baron.
They only got everything in Kilios. They got the double kill. They get the Baron. Double spike going to secure it. SK Telecom going to win game 1.
That they are. Looks like it at least. They're pushing down, looking for the first inhibitor here of the game. Flash forward from Tal. Gets another apprehend. The Decimate just stacking up the bleeds. Hit onto the Mundo. Won't be able to get the kill this time around. Faker takes it for himself, but 10-6. Songwon way in the back.
He's trying to stop the minion wave as much as he can because he knows the game could end on this push.
Yeah, drags him back, but over into the mid lane. Bang, bringing up the minion wave. Everybody else just going to rotate in. He'll just go ahead, work this one down in the meantime. Blank has the wave up top. SKT, full court press coming through as they look to try to take all 3 inhibitors, but the respawns coming in might just have to settle for 2. But given the start of this game, I think they're going to be pretty damn happy about that. Lockdown comes through in onto Effort, looking to pop him, managed to do so. Faker comes up with the hero's entrance, just to knock up on the Songwon.
has the Infinity Edge, so they have to be a little bit careful.
Try to retreat.
No mana on Bang as well.
Faker getting a bit of damage, and throws down the winds, but see, Hanwha Life can't chase any further than that. SKT will be able to walk out of here only losing the Shen.
There's so much gold in their inventories, no mana for the turn. What a big play here. Lava is really curious. Doesn't have flash to instantly disengage, doesn't use the never move. Ends up using it on the minions. There's no way to get out because Darius' ultimate can't be interrupted by stasis. Doesn't even need it for the first goal. Watch this though. Auto, ultimate, death.
Half HP.
Yep.
And another one.
Way more than half health actually onto the Xayah. Had already built up the passive, so too easy. Dominoes come in one by one, and Darius says thank you very much. Takes another triple. While I said SKT had already won it, you know they almost have.
Yeah, Baker just gonna get the lockdown here. Flash over the wall, Songyun. Staying alive at the moment, but SKT are still hot on their heels. Now the Requiem coming down the shield. And the Featherstorm gonna be used. Dodges out onto that hit, keeps himself alive. The cheeky root there onto effort, but Baker is still just Justice punching forward. Looking for more. Mid inhib gonna fall, Tall rotating up, looking to take the top one. SK Telecom trying to close this game out around the 30-minute mark.
Waiting for the minions to crash, and I think SKT have definitely done all the hard work. The early game wasn't picture perfect. From one team fight at their red buff onwards, it's been domination by SKT. Minion wave very far away in top and mid. Here comes the minions, here comes SKT trying to close.
Gonna be a Glacial Prison, and does connect onto Bang. He's gonna go golden, keeping himself alive. And United not gonna be available. Bang starting to kite his way back, and Tall's gonna come up with another kill here.
How many
He takes
kills?
down the Mundo, that's gonna be a double. Can he get more? Xayah fires back, takes out the Galio, takes out the Karthus. Maybe Hanwha Life have bought a little bit of extra time, but they're still in onto the Nexus turret. You can see just how much damage they're taking at the moment. Effort goes in, finds the taunt onto Songyun. He has the stopwatch, keeps himself alive. Tall taking some shots, getting locked up, goes for the ultimate, but will get taken out. And it seems like Hanwha Life have bought themselves some time here in this game as the remaining members of SKT limp their way out of the base.
With the tanks down, they don't actually have enough of a front line to finish off the turrets. Again, remember, they don't have any real siege outside of the Kindred, so they back away. Flank will claim the blue buff and another mark. Piling on those marks as he goes, I believe, at 5. Means he has so far 75 extra range. It is 4 for 75 and then 7 for the extra 25 range on top, and every 3 onwards from there. It's going to be maximizing that range. SKT disengage the bot side. They'll take a free Infernal, but for now at least, while the clock continues to add on minutes, we just wait on for what seems like an inevitable SKT Game 1 victory.
It's definitely been moving in that direction. An Infernal Drake coming through the 4th and final for SK Telecom. Elder gonna be a ways away. Might not even need that to close this out because this Darius is a monster. Warden's Mail coming through as he gets ready to finalize his items. 10, 4, and 2 for Tall. Off of a very rocky start for the Darius.
Definitely one of those games if you pause it after about 15 minutes and say, by the way, he wins the MVP. You wonder how. But apart from the 2v2, which I think Blank and Tal misplayed pretty severely, teamfight phase for SKT's been clean.
Yeah.
It's important for them because it's actually the reverse of what we saw at Rift Rivals, where their early game was very powerful, but they threw twice against both Chinese teams, IG and RNG, around 22 minutes. In this game, they won it around 20 minutes with their Baron team fights. So different problems, but the result may be a victory. Could be on this push.
Wave clear from the Xayah, still going to be very strong. Songyun trying to hold off. Glacial Prison going to go wide. Faker not getting caught up. Burns the taunt, but going to be looking for this final engage. Tall, we've seen numerous triple kills coming through for him. Is it going to be more? Gets that big apprehend pulling into. One going to go down, finds the kill in onto the Swain. Songwon trying to retreat, manages to make it back over to the fountain, but now turn in under siege. Another massive apprehend pulls them through. Tries to get the finishing blow there, not going to get the last hit, but the rest of SKT will pick up the pieces. The Requiem, a party one, just going to be tossed out as SK Telecom in 33 minutes close out game number 1.
Deserved victory for SKT, a game of 2 halves to be true, turning around what was a poor early game into a comfortable victory in the end. Tal dunking them away. One by one, they rolled up to him in the late game, and that is not what you want to do. No melee range, Xayah, please. Into a Darius. No one celebrating yet for SKT. But Rift Rivals wasn't up for them, even though it was a down for their region. A team that is looking to turn around their fortunes in the second round robin wants to finish the first round robin with a 4th victory and set their sights on top 5.
Game 1 goes the way of SKT. Hanwha Life now have to bounce back. A wonderful draft coming through from Coma. You called it from the start. As soon as we saw those final pieces falling into place, the Karthus works a treat here in the end, but it was really all about that Darius.
Really a big fan of the SKT draft. It came together in a way that you could really appreciate on the red side. Whereas from Hanwha Life, execution in the early game, very, very good, but against a team who really only had a Baron Dream at 18 minutes, they gift wrapped the Baron, gave it to them at 20 with a load of kills, and SKT never looked back.
Yep, nearly had the ace just off of that play alone. Excited to see the total damage done here at the end of it all. But, I mean, the two players who started off kind of being the problem for SK Telecom are the ones who come up clutch. Some wonderful Lamb's Respites placed there by Blank to help them win that initial fight and take it home. 29,000 damage dealt on the Darius in 33 minutes.
Rogue Warriors with love comes the Karthus, Bang practicing it in solo queue. Got all the farm, wasn't denied at any point even though the Shen was roaming. I think SKT played the strategy very, very well. Early game again, plenty to improve on, but for SKT, a team that's on the rise, a good performance.
Well, Hanwha Life Esports is going to be shifting over to the red side. When we come back from the break, we'll see if they can get a win in game 2, extend this to another 3-game series, or if SKT can come back from Rift Rivals with a 2-0 victory. Don't go anywhere.